If I were king for a day, I would have every company in America change the name of its training department from training department to education and development, or development and education. Let me attempt to make some distinctions for you. In my life, I chose to go from training to education. Friend, education is what's left over when all the training is long forgotten. Now, don't misunderstand me. The most unfair thing on the face of this earth is for you to expect someone in your employ to do something you have not trained them to do. For compliance purposes, for consistency purposes, and other reasons too, we must train people to do that which is technical and transactional. That's a given. What I'm saying is that's not enough. Just like communicating and selling alone without connecting and positioning are not enough. So we have to go from training to education. When you train someone, you show them the how. When you educate someone, you teach them the why. The person who knows the how will always have a job. The person who understands the why will always be their boss. When you train someone, you show them what to do. When you educate someone, you teach them how to be. When my kids' school teaches our children how to count, that would be called training. When my wife and I teach our children what counts, that, my friend, is called education. So I walked in a McDonald's one day to buy something. Attractive young lady behind the counter looks at me and says, "Sir, how may I serve you today?" I said, "I'd like to have a vanilla milkshake and an apple pie." She said, "Sir, would you like a dessert to go with that?" I said, "Sure, throw in a Big Mac and 2 fries, will ya?" And one has to beg the simple question, what went wrong? And we know the answer, we know the answer. The answer is we trained them in the mechanical and the transactional. We did not educate them in the emotional and the transformational. And in so doing, we denied ourselves the competitive stance of being head and shoulders above most other competitors. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Training, education. Foreign boy comes to America, learns our language, shows up to sort of confuse us with some semantical differences about these words. Okay, I love a challenge. Let me ask you a question, and then I will simply rest my case. Which would you rather your teenager get? Sex education or sex training?